Not that sort of crack, obviously. I mean, not that I would have, or not that I wouldn't, but I just meant like you make me laugh, with or without stuff, you know?
The time with postpartum.
Yep.
And we both had preeclampsia.
Oh,
postpartum
God. Can you
preeclampsia.
believe we both had that? It's so rare.
It's so rare.
And so scary.
And so scary. And in the quiet, you're still trying to show up for people. And in the quiet, you're still just trying to show up mostly for your children.
Yeah.
But those...
Okay, sit down and brace yourself, because what we're about to dive into isn't just juicy, it's explosive. Prince Harry, he's finally cracked. And no, it's not just pressure from the press. We're talking full-on emotional collapse. Because guess what? According to royal insiders, secret recordings, and get this, a rogue legal advisor, Harry might have just let the cat out of the bag. All those rumors, all those whispers, all the internet sleuthing. Turns out, Meghan Markle may have never been pregnant with either of her kids. Not with Archie, not with Lilibet, and yes, allegedly, there were surrogates involved, possibly even more than one. Yep, this isn't a theory anymore. It's about to become a storm.
I've been pregnant for way too long.
Be quite honest.
Now, before you scream old news and scroll away, stop. Because this isn't 2019 Bumpgate rehashed. Oh no, this time it's real and it's personal. A woman who we'll call DL just broke her NDA, and not with some shady tweet. We're talking full-blown royal drama explosion. DL claims she wasn't just a surrogate. She says she's the biological mother of Archie and Lilibet. Yep, you heard that right. Not a womb for hire. Not a clinical transaction. She says her DNA is literally running through those royal veins. And she's not whispering anymore. She's got receipts, and not the Instagram kind, real ones. Legal papers, financial transfers, hospital records in Colorado, and emails. Emails from Harry's own team. None of this matches the fairy tale Meghan and Harry sold to Oprah or Netflix. DL says she was promised two things: silence and compensation. What did she get instead? Ghosted, erased, like she never existed. And just when you think it can't get messier, here comes the twist. DL says she was contacted back in 2018 by a third-party middleman tied to some elite Hollywood fertility clinic. It was all polished, professional, NDA this, legal doc that. The deal was simple: carry the baby, deliver the baby, disappear. But guess what? Instead of
today's video. So at the time, Archie Mountbatten Windsor was born May 6, 2019. And this was surrounded by controversy, largely to the unconventional decisions Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made.
a thank you and a check, DL got erased, like vanished from the story. No follow-up, no final payment, no check-ins, nothing. Just Meghan prancing around in designer maternity dresses, cradling a bump that fans swear folded like a picnic chair on camera. Don't believe it? Those clips are making a comeback, and this time, forensic experts are breaking them down frame by frame. Remember Archie's birth? No hospital steps photos, no birth certificate at first. Just a vague announcement and some curated photos where Meghan looked like she just had a spa day, not a baby. People said, oh, they want privacy. But DL says, nope. That privacy was a cover, a smokescreen. According to her, Archie had already been born 2 weeks earlier. Everything we saw? Staged? Every photo op? Fake. DL says she wasn't even on the legal documents, not the hospital records, not even the discharge forms. She was wiped clean from the narrative. Why? Because Meghan didn't want any trace of her. DL says Meghan feared that if people found out the truth, that she didn't give birth, the kid's royal status could blow up. And guess what? She might not be wrong.
Well, hello, hi, congratulations. Thanks for taking...
This is the bombshell. If Archie and Lilibet weren't born from Meghan's body, and there were no formal surrogacy disclosures under UK law, boom, their royal status could be revoked. Yeah, it's that serious. Royal rules are clear. Lineage must be legitimate, verifiable. You can't fake your way into the Windsor gene pool. The monarchy doesn't care how famous you are or if Oprah's your BFF. You follow the rules or you're out.
Shortly before 2 p.m. yesterday, Buckingham Palace announced that Meghan had gone into labour. Then, 40 minutes later, confirmed the baby's arrival.
Remember when Meghan's name got mysteriously removed from Archie's birth certificate? People thought it was a formatting glitch. But with this new context, insiders are starting to think that was just one more piece of the cover-up. DL says she was scrubbed. Meghan's own name was even downplayed to keep eyes off the truth. And what about Harry? Apparently, he's spiraling. Some insiders say he's falling apart, literally not sleeping, arguing with Meghan, obsessively tracking social media, because deep down, he knows it's all coming undone. Even in Spare, his book, Harry tiptoed around the birth stories. No delivery room drama, no labor stories, just vague lines about becoming a dad. Now we're all rereading those chapters with side eye. Was he protecting Meghan's privacy or covering up the illusion?
Healthcare for women and children. other royals have been born at Portland Hospital.
And Meghan vanished. No red carpets, no cute Instagram posts, no interviews, nada. Hollywood's noticed. The girl who once had A-listers throwing her baby showers? Crickets. It's not shade, it's survival. No one wants to be tied to what could be the biggest royal deception of our generation. Even Buckingham Palace is quiet. Not smug, not mocking, just stunned. Because if this is real, it's not just a scandal, it's a monarchy-level meltdown. Forget Tampongate, this is bigger. This is 2 royal babies potentially born from a lie. Everything Harry and Meghan claimed about truth, authenticity, breaking the royal mold, it might all be a performance. DL says she never wanted this chaos, just closure, just to be acknowledged. But being erased, that pushed her to the edge, and now she's coming with contracts, photos, and emails. If she's telling the truth, the fallout won't stop with Meghan and Harry. Lawyers, royal aides, even Parliament might have to get involved.
At home at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, or whether he was indeed born at the Portland Hospital in central London.
And now, this is where the whole thing could explode. Because the moment those documents drop, we're not in rumor territory anymore. This becomes proof. And when evidence enters the room, those designer excuses, they start tripping over themselves. Already, legal insiders are buzzing. Some are saying if DL's claims hold up, Harry and Meghan could be slapped with civil lawsuits for breach of contract, fraud, even perjury if any signed documents claim Meghan was the biological mother. But beyond the legal chaos, one massive question is rising. Why lie? Seriously, surrogacy isn't a crime. Celebs do it all the time. Kim K did it. Nicole Kidman too. No one blinked. So why the secret? Why build a fantasy of moonlit yoga births and baby hats in Montecito? According to one royal expert, it's all about image. The Sussex brand was crafted to perfection. Modern royals, regal but relatable, powerful but vulnerable. But a surrogate hidden away in Colorado? That would have shattered the illusion. Meghan has always craved control over the optics. Remember the maternity photos? The Oprah tears while holding Harry's hand? The flower-filled portraits? If DL is telling the truth, then all of it was a staged performance. And people are catching on. TikTok sleuths are pulling up old clips. Meghan's baby bump shifting, folding, disappearing. That infamous video where she stands up and the bump folds inward like a clutch bag? Yeah, it's back. And this time, even the mainstream media is looking twice. Then there's the royal protocol. Meghan skipped it all. No Lindo Wing hospital photo op, no official birth announcement with royal doctors' signatures, nothing but PR fluff. At the time, we all thought, oh, they're just modern parents. Now, it reeks of strategic omission. And poor Harry. People used to pity him. He lost his mom. He served in the army. He just wanted love. But if he helped stage this, if he willingly played along in a pregnancy hoax, he's no longer the broken prince, he's a co-conspirator, the grinning partner in one of the most elaborate royal deceptions ever attempted. And for Buckingham Palace, this could be a constitutional nightmare, because if Meghan didn't give birth to Archie or Lilibet, and no official surrogacy record was filed, then the kids might not be eligible for the royal line, not because they're unwanted, but because legitimacy in the monarchy? It's everything. Even whispers of this are hitting Parliament. Yes, Parliament, it's waiting to see whether the fairy tale survives and finally falls apart. All right, let's get down to it. This next chapter, it's not just big, it's make or break. Because if DL goes through with her sit-down interview and airs those receipts live, this entire house of royal cards could collapse. Sources say she's planning to appear within weeks, maybe even before Parliament reconvenes. And it won't be a polished, edited Netflix-style doc. Oh no, it'll be raw, unfiltered, and proof-heavy. Imagine it, DL sitting there, calm but relentless, laying out documents on camera, a signed NDA with Meghan's team, a hospital bill from the day Archie was born, with her name, not Meghan's, emails, texts, a wire transfer from the Sussex's own trust account, even a flight manifest showing her private jet landing quietly while the world was still celebrating the official royal birth. Boom, game over. And Meghan? Her camp is prepping for battle. Her lawyers are working overtime, readying defamation suits, combing every document for holes, trying to discredit DL before it all hits the fan. But DL's team? They're ready too. They're saying bring it on. Because if DL's telling the truth, it's not defamation, it's exposure. Meanwhile, Harry's inner circle is begging him to speak. One insider said his friends told him, just come clean. Say it was about protection. Say you thought this was the safest option. And honestly, that might be his only way out. Because if they keep denying and proof lands on the table, it won't just be a scandal, it'll be a royal disgrace. And this isn't just drama, it's legal history in the making. Experts are already calling this a constitutional market crash. Once the legitimacy of royal children is questioned, the monarchy doesn't just face embarrassment, it faces reform. Now here's where it gets even messier. Behind palace walls, aides are circulating talking points. We stand by the monarchy's integrity. The official records speak for themselves. No outright condemnation. But the message is clear. They're isolating the problem, quarantining it like a virus and hoping for a vaccine. But historians are already calling this unprecedented. We've had scandals before, affairs, secret kids, divorces, you name it. But surrogacy fraud tied to the line of succession, never. And that's what makes this nuclear. Because if it could happen once, what's to say it hasn't happened before? Now, podcast hosts, royal bloggers, even academics are asking, could other royals have done the same? Did someone else avoid the spotlight and fake their way into tradition? No one knows, but the trust is broken. And DL's interview, if it lands with photos, emails, contracts, expect 5 days of nonstop media frenzy. News trucks outside palaces, legal panels on every network, Twitter wars, TikTok exposés. Some are even saying this might spark policy changes, like mandatory medical verification of royal births. Can you imagine? For centuries, we've just trusted what we were told. Now that trust is crumbling, the public wants proof. And not just for Harry and Meghan, for every royal birth going forward, polls already show sympathy for Harry is plummeting. People used to see him as a lost prince, a rebel, a man trapped in royal chains. Now, some say he's the co-architect of a royal illusion. As for Meghan, even her fans are asking, how many more truths are buried beneath those carefully curated Instagram captions? And for the monarchy, this might be the biggest threat to its credibility in generations. Because if these kids, sweet, innocent as they are, were used as PR tokens, symbols of modern royal parenthood when their origins were deliberately hidden, that's not just PR spin, that's manipulation. So, is there any redemption? Maybe. DL's team has said they're open to early mediation, off-camera discussions with Meghan and Harry. No cameras, no headlines, just truth. It wouldn't mean they admit everything, just that they acknowledge something went wrong. That could save face. It might give Harry a shot at redemption, a chance to protect his kids and still own up to the fallout, but it's a gamble. Because Meghan, she might go the other way. Big interview, dramatic background music, emotional close-ups, maybe she even brings out extra footage or doctor letters to try and clear her name. But here's the catch, even those won't be enough. If the real birth mother was hidden from doctors too, then those letters won't close the case. At best, they'll raise more questions. So where does that leave us? Here's the breakdown. DL's documents could force a royal and legal reckoning. Harry must choose, protect the lie or own the truth. Meghan, she either controls the story now or loses the narrative forever. The monarchy may be forced to back reforms to protect what's left of its legitimacy, and the public, they're already voting with their trust. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about babies or bumps, it's about truth. And if the truth was staged, if a family was built on someone else's womb while the world was sold a brand of vulnerability and strength, then Meghan and Harry may have created not just a PR empire, but a royal fantasy built on fiction, one that's now collapsing under the weight of one woman's receipts. So what happens next? Will they go silent? Will Parliament step in? Will Netflix pull the plug? Or will DL stand up, look the world in the eye and say, this is what really happened? Because once the truth enters the room, it doesn't leave quietly, and neither will this scandal. Neither will this scandal. Neither.